All right. Hello, hello. It's been a while since I've done a video. I have done readings. I just haven't recorded them on video. I've just kept them in my notes. But as of right now, today, December 5th, 2025. Oh, what is that? December 5th, 2025. Luigi Mangione, the guy who pewed the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. He is on trial, or they're going through evidence or something. I don't know what they're doing. I just know he's in the headlines again because he's in court. So he's been locked up all year. And so I just wanted to do a reading. Like, I've done a couple of readings on it. Did one video on it, and then I did a reading that I just kind of kept in my notes. And what did I see before? I saw where he would be caught quickly. I saw that in my reading that I did in my notes. I saw that he would be caught quickly. I've been going back and forth on whether or not I thought that he would be put away forever. The way it's looking, the way that it seems like they've been able to get some things tossed out so far. It looks like the odds are in his favor that he won't suffer too harsh of punishment, but I don't know. I don't think he's going to get away completely scot-free. I mean, even if we take into consideration that he's been in jail for the last year, because I was just looking at the case again, and it's been exactly 1 year. I think December 7th was when it happened. I think. But it's been exactly 1 year since all of that took place. And he's been in jail since then. So, you know. But even if he ends up being let off, you know, after everything, like he will have served a very gotten a very light punishment. So anyway, I just wanted to follow up because I've been seeing in the news and online where it's been revealed in court that they never read Luigi his Miranda rights, which I've listened to podcasts about that, specifically Miranda rights and how they came to be back in like the 60s, I think. Was it the 60s? I don't know. Anyway, and the reason why they started doing it in the first place, because somebody, I think the case was basically that somebody literally got away with murder because constitutional rights and things like that were violated. And so the Miranda rights were named after, I think the guy's name was Miranda. I'm not sure. I'm going to Google all of that. Because it's been a couple years ago since I listened to that podcast. But I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting how that happened. Anyway, I'm using the Golden Masquerade Tarot to start out with this reading. I like this deck. I can't shuffle. I just want to see what is the energy around Luigi Mangione's head. Because, you know, it seems like everybody has forgotten about the guy who actually got shot. Nobody cares that a man died, you know. Everybody's so fascinated. And I will say also that Luigi does not look like somebody who is in jail suffering. Like, he looks so well groomed and clean, and looks like he's sleeping pretty well at night for the most part. He don't look like he's stressed out about much. He doesn't look like what you think he's going through. You know, you've been in jail for the last year. I feel like he'd be looking more stressed and tired and everything. But he looks like he's been eating good and, you know, so I don't know. I still hold the belief that he did somebody a favor, that he didn't act alone. So, I don't know. Let's see. Let me just get a general, just a general vibe, I guess, of general whatever is happening to him. I don't know. I'm just talking and shuffling. I'm actually supposed to be working right now. I'm doing this instead. Ace of Wands reversed. Three of Pentacles reversed. Two of Swords. Interesting. Knight of Swords. What's Luigi's sign? His zodiac sign. Justice. This is interesting to me, the way this Justice card is depicted, because here it's blindfolded. The person, it's a lady, looks like, is in this card, and she's depicted with a blindfold on. It's like blind justice, like it's like no bias. It's just supposed to be even. But I find it interesting how this card does not depict justice with a balanced scale in it, like the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. So that's interesting to me, anyway. The world and Ten of Cups. The Magician. I feel like I pulled very similar cards in the first reading that I did around this time last year. Then Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck is reversed. Let me okay, I'm trying to figure out what I was going to do with myself. It's going to come up. I'm trying to look up his birthday. So, May 6th. So what is that? I don't think that's an air sign. Because what comes after Taurus is the Gemini. That's an air sign. Okay. I just want to see what's a Taurus anyway. Taurus is a an earth sign, I think. It's all about stability and stuff, right? Swords. Okay, it's Earth signs. What I thought. Okay. Anyhow, I had to look that up to put that in context. Um, so we got the Ace of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, both of them in reverse, and then what comes after that is the Two of Swords and the Knight of Swords upright. Um, Below is the Justice, the World, the Ten of Cups, and the Magician in reverse. I don't think he's gonna be locked away forever. Um, I do think he will be punished. He's not gonna get away scot free. Um, but it's not gonna be the punishment that you would think someone would receive for shooting somebody in the middle of New York City. Um, So I can look at justice like the lawyers or whatnot. Like there's going to be a punishment, which is what I see with the Two of Swords. Like his people are working together. The Three of Pentacles, they're working together. Because there's going to be a punishment. Like it's not, he's not going to just walk. Um, from what I can see. This is a legend for entertainment purposes only. I forgot to mention that earlier. But he's not just gonna walk. But I don't think they're gonna give him the death penalty or anything like that. I'll be kind of surprised if he does. His people are definitely working together. Um, I mean, his team is working very very hard. And they're gonna find every loophole. They're gonna pull out all the stops. I don't, you know what this is kind of putting me in the mind of a little bit is what's his face, O.J. Simpson, the O.J. Simpson murder case. Um, and how his legal team turned it into such a circus that I mean they did exactly what they had to do, which was turn it into such a circus, and they cast so much doubt on everything. It's like, I mean, I think most of us believe that he probably did it or was involved in in some way, shape, or form with the events that happened. But it's like, well, can we really prove it? Not really, you know. So it's one of those things where it's like right there in your face and whatnot. But it's like all these little loopholes and technicalities, and then they use the media to their advantage and to sway the people, and all the things. So like the Ace of Wands is typically something that's the beginning of fire, like like what you do with a wand, right? In a magical sense, like you have your magical wand. That's what you use to direct your energy and to cast spells and make magic happen, right? To make things happen. Like pretend this nail file is a wand, and I go and I say, shh, right? Like I'm casting the spell and I'm directing the energy towards you. Like this wand is an extension of myself, right? In this case, the wand is upside down, and this wand is actually a flower in this picture on this card. Um, and flowers grow, right? Flowers come as a result of either nature or nurture, a combination of both, depending on the type of flowers. Flowers grow in the wild, but it's because we could say Mother Nature nurtures the flowers for them to grow wildly, and then to grow them in a controlled setting, you definitely have to nurture them. So this is something that you put your energy towards, right? Whatever the case, this is just a gentler version or more a softer version of saying passion. This is like a love, right? So anyway, um, In this case, it's in reverse. Um, I mean, the energy is definitely still there. We're on the high right now. We're on the high. We had a couple of victories already with, what did they say that the officer searched his backpack without a warrant, and um, they didn't read him his Miranda rights. And so a lot of this stuff, I think they managed to get the terrorism charge dropped or something like that. So there's definitely some wins here, but they're not going to get everything. They're not going to get everything because even to say that all the evidence for the most part is circumstantial, right? I haven't followed the case that closely. Like, I haven't watched all the news things and documentaries and stuff that people have put out and think pieces that people have put out over the past year that this has happened. But I don't know if they just flat-foot said that they have physical evidence. Everything is supposedly circumstantial, right? I'm not sure. I need to Google that. But this shows me like there's some hiccups though, because like this is generally a card of like teamwork, right? These people are working together to make this material thing happen or to materialize something. They're working together. And again, this one person here has this thing in her hand. What is this? This little rod in their hands. I guess to hold up the pinnacle. I don't know what is happening here. Anyway, it don't matter. This is the Three of Pentacles. This shows two people working together for this thing to materialize, for them to make whatever it is that they're making. And so to me, when it's in the reverse, it's like there's some hang up somewhere, or like there might be something that they just can't quite get past or get over with this case. There's something there, and it's going to require them to make a sacrifice. I don't know if it's like a plea bargain, or there's some piece of evidence or something that they just cannot deny, or that they can't convince the court to look the other way about. So there's going to be something. This is why I said what I said, that he's not going to just walk away scot-free. I don't think he's going to be like death penalty or nothing like that, because they absolutely were trying to throw the book at him. He made them rich people mad. But I still feel like this represents him, because this card came up in the last video reading that I did for him. It was the Knight of Swords, and I feel like this represents him. This is somebody who was just like ready to go, ready to fight. Like the way I feel like the photographers are being kind of messy. They always manage to get this man's good side, and he'd be looking jovial as hell sometimes in some of these photos. So I don't think he's fully taking it serious. I think he's still just young and full of energy and life and full of fight, So maybe, let's say he does end up being locked up for longer than a couple of years. Well, let's say he files an appeal, and then the appeal is when he wins, right? The appeal is when they finally let him out. Justice, this blind justice. I almost feel like you're saying they're just going to turn a blind eye complete. Like, and I feel like that contradicts what I just said about them not being able to deny something, like something in particular, a piece of evidence that they just won't be able to get past. But I feel like this is also supporting what I just said about well, see, everybody's mad, but like this one is the only one out of the cards I pulled where her eyes are completely covered. Like there's no holes or whatever where the eye slots should be. Like Brian Thompson is getting no justice at all. Like, just so we know. The way he's looking, it's like he's not getting very much of anything. But we've got Justice in the World together. Justice, the World, and the Ten of Cups all together, right? So this is like, okay, well, he'll get a little something, like just to say that, that we locked him up. But with the World and then the Ten of Cups, this is all like completion, happy endings for the most part. Like we're done with this, and so I don't know if there will be an appeal. Like if they do settle or they like make a deal or something like that for him to serve some little BS sentence, then they let him out on good behavior or something like that. I mean, it's murder. And I don't know if these charges are federal. Like I said, I haven't studied as much as I probably should have, but I also like to go into these readings without a whole lot of information because I can really test myself and stretch my muscles. But we got the Magician card here, which regardless of if it's up or down, it's it's a sign of manipulation, right? It's like you're making things happen. In reverse, it's like you're not necessarily going about it the positive or the good or the clean way, but you're making things happen. I don't. Dare I say, somebody might even get some money, especially with this Four of Pentacles, Four of Coins in reverse. The Four of Pentacles is about holding on tightly to what you have. That's what's happening in this picture. This person is holding on to their coins, right? So to put it in reverse, like they're releasing them, right? So like if somebody is releasing the funds, like there might be justice. It just won't be like what you would think somebody would get for shooting somebody in the middle of a city, you know, just a little mask on their face, but that's it. Especially like some of the mind games that he tried to play or that he did play with leaving the backpack and leaving it with Monopoly money in it and stuff like that. Um, yeah. I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm okay. Um, can I read into what his motives were? I think I tried to read it before and I couldn't quite get I did get a picture, a little bit of it. Um, it wasn't as deep as what I thought it might be. That wasn't what I picked up. Was that it was this super deep thing or that he's really trying to champion for the people in healthcare and get back at the man. Talking about the man being his family, then yeah, it's active rebellion in that case, but it's not as noble of a cause as a lot of people are making it out to be. I have Page of Swords again. Got like a little bit of lies, deception. The Chariot in reverse. The Sun. It's almost like what I just said, like lies, and then like the lack of like the Chariot. It is like when a chariot comes. This is the person who is supposed to be noble, or it can represent movement. Could also represent an actual vehicle, but it's generally a good or positive card, quote unquote. And so it's like this is not the knight in shining armor. This is not the chariot. This is not the what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it right now. But it's not as good or as hopeful, or I keep saying noble. Hell, that might be the word that I'm trying to say. It is not that. It's not that. Um, it's like the strength card in reverse popped up, along with the sun. Like it's not that. Like, oh, this is to get justice or to bring awareness to how corrupt these healthcare. I mean, it did spark a conversation about that, but that's all it was. Is conversation. Ain't nothing changed. People still getting screwed over. Knight of Wands comes next. Then the Empress in reverse. And then the Five of Swords. And then the Page of Pentacles. See, I had this thought last year. I didn't say it out loud in that video I did last year. I don't think I did anyway. But I wrote it down in my notes that I thought there was a female involved, allegedly. A female with feminine energy. Then the Seven of Cups is reversed on the bottom of the deck. It's like it's all an illusion, because it's like you got the Sun card right next to the reversed Strength card, and this is like, polar opposites, right? Because the Sun is about progress and brightness and things being obvious and big. You see it, it's clear. But then Strength in reverse, so somebody is vulnerable or weak and whatnot. So it's like, what? Like, I mean, you could interpret that as like maybe exposing weakness. I could see that, exposing weakness. But it could also, to me, be like, appearing strong when you're really not that strong. Especially when I put it with the other two cards that appeared in the top row of cards that I pulled, with the reversed Page of Swords. So this is like very young-minded, new energy, where there's a lot of chatter, a lot of misinformation or misdirection maybe. And then the Chariot in reverse is like this energy of being a hero it's weak, or it's not, that's not what it is. Like he wasn't trying to be a hero, or maybe what am I trying to say? Damn it, I you see, I'm looking at the damn. See, my Empress just fell on the floor. But I'm looking at this Knight of Wands and comparing it to what the Knight of Swords was. And like in this card right here, the Knight of Wands has their face completely covered while they go through and do things, take action. A lot of this forward moving action, riding out into battle. But like maybe they're a little bit more, this is somebody who like really, really cares about the cause, right? I still, there's somebody involved. I feel like it's a female, allegedly. And that if he was the shooter, indeed, which I think he was, if he was a shooter, indeed, that it wasn't on his own volition. It's a setup, it's a scheme that Set up. Let me get this card. Damn it. Gosh. Yeah, I hit looking crazy. You can see my mess behind me, and all around me is chaos. Anyway, yeah, this Empress is a lady. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lady, but I say that because I feel like I saw a lady before. Could be wrong, though. I could be wrong. But this is energy, like creative energy as well. As far as like birthing something new, nurturing, caring. And so this could also be something where, okay, there's a blockage or something, a blockage from this new thing being created, or this new energy or new project from being birthed, like wanting to move forward with what it is that you're passionate about, but then there being this blockage. Now, in a realistic sense, I can see that being like, okay, when it all happened and he went on a run for them couple of days, and he had laid out all these little clues, monopoly money and crap, only for him to be caught at a McDonald's. Like, he's sitting in the back corner of some random McDonald's in Pennsylvania, and somebody recognized him, supposedly, and they called the police on him. Right? That could be what that is. Right? So there's a couple of possibilities. Like, I could see this being like him moving at the orders of a female who is in charge, basically, like the queen. Like, we have queens within each suit, but this is like the queen or the mother of the entire deck, right? We can see that maybe this is him moving at the Empress's request. Or this could be movement that is blocked by, blocked and cut short, you know. And then the Five of Swords is in reverse, so it's like this conflict. Like, this conflict is over. See, it's a. And in the Page of Pentacles, this is like new opportunity for material gain. Like, nobody has said this, and like, you know, I know, like you know, I know the wife has been cleared and everything. Like, you know, supposedly people close to him have been cleared, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, somebody had something to gain from this man dying, and it wasn't Luigi. It wasn't Luigi. So anyway, see, I don't know exactly what his punishment will be. He will receive one, though. It just won't be a lot. I don't know, and I don't know if that. Let me ask the question. Will the people that he works for, that Luigi allegedly works for or works with, will they ever be revealed? No. Maybe. I'm saying maybe, but in my head I got something else going on. Let me see what the cards say. It's a Knight of Cups in reverse. So I keep pulling these knights. You got the Ace of Swords. The Five of Wands. And then we got the Four of Cups. see the. Are they even? Yeah, there are. So I almost didn't see that fourth cup right there. But this person right here just kind of looking off into the distance. I mean, are they not really looking out the window? They just look kind of meh, kind of bored, apathetic. You might even perceive sadness out of this. And you got four cups, and it looks like we can see some sort of substance in these three cups, but nothing in this one right here. And none of the cups are full, so we're just kind of at a point where we're like, yeah. But yeah. Like I said, Luigi is not, he's not that emotionally involved. Like, this is not something that's important to him. Um, I mean, he certainly has his reasons, but they're not, I said, they're not as, Eight of Wands. Queen of Wands. These are women. See? See? The Lovers reversed. And then the Seven of Pentacles upright. I don't think it'll ever be revealed. I don't think anybody cares to snitch, honestly. Like with the Four of Cups right there. I don't think anybody cares enough. And this is because this is like hatred towards Brian Thompson, you know, the actual victim in this case. Now, you know, nobody liked him. Ain't nobody like him. Like, nobody's really that sad about him. I ain't gonna say nobody. Like, maybe his mom and daddy care. I don't know. But there are more people who don't like them, who don't like him, or who didn't like him, than there are people who were, or who did. But it's women. It's women. I don't know who they are, or she, or if these women exist. I'm just saying this is what I think I see in the cards. Okay. It's like, so Knight of Cups is like my Prince Charming card. That's what I think of, and it's what I say every time this card comes up. This is, you know, passionate energy. I'll do anything for you. And it's like he's the polar opposite of Prince Charming. And it's like, again, the Five of Wands shows up, just like the Five of Swords. And I was like, you know, I think that's like the end of a conflict, or a conflict coming to an, like, I don't, if what I'm saying has any actual truth to it, that's not going to be revealed. Like I said, Luigi is not invested enough in that aspect of it. I think he was put up to it, and he decided to do it for his own reasons. But as far as the true motive behind why he did what he did, I think it's not anything that that serious, or that deep, or whatever. Like, he's serving somebody, or he's doing this on somebody's behalf, right? And so this might be why he's, you know, why he looks good at all his court appearances and stuff. Like, he eating good, he's sleeping good, you know, he's being treated pretty well from the way he shows up in court. Like, he's not hurting for anything. So I'm gonna pull a few cards from the Truth Oracle deck, and we're just gonna see. Is there anything that I might be missing? Then we can put it in plain English. I hate. I like this deck. I don't like the cards. I don't like the card stock that they use for this deck. It's almost like photo paper or something that they use for this deck. Makes it hard to shuffle. The card that just popped out was the Law card. We got Torment. Cool Down. So he's as good as he could be in jail. Single, like as well as somebody could be after they've been locked up for a year. Like all things considered, he's doing pretty good, but he's not. It's not exactly a walk in the park in jail. I am sorry. Finances. Rose. Mystery. The bottom of the deck is Miracle, and it says dreams come true, get what you want. I think he is a little bit bothered by the fact that he took a man's life, allegedly. I mean, he does have a soul, a conscience, or whatever. Like I said, it's just not for the cause that they say it is. The cause is a facade, it's a mask. I guess that's why I felt called to use the Masquerade deck. It was because it was all, it's a facade. He's doing okay, like physically speaking, he's doing okay. Mentally, it is bothering him. Like he did this for, not necessarily for the money, but for some sort of material, for something. It was something close to him. This is I would equate this like either like the wands or the pentacles. So this was something close to him, or some material thing that was close to him. It could be like the family business aspect of it, because in my last reading that I did on this, I saw I mentioned where I had heard or seen on the social medias where people had done deep dives into Luigi's family history and stuff, and how they were into healthcare. They own nursing homes or something like that. I forgot. Anyway, and from the cards, it looked to me like this was more of an act of rebellion against his family. It's like, and that there's some sort of interconnectedness there, right? But yeah, he don't care enough about who he's serving to tell on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he thought it was gonna get him out of jail, like like it ain't bothering him so much that he can't sleep at night, but it does, it is kind of eating at him a little bit. Like it's one of those things. It's one of those things. But he's eating good and whatnot. But this rose here is bringing back the feminine aspect of it for me. Like there's a woman, and I mean it don't even necessarily have to be a woman that's close to him, like a wife or a mistress. that it's a feminine energy that's surrounded in mystery. Like we talk about passionate love that has thorns. But I mean, often, like I say, often I associate flowers with feminine energy. It's like a mysterious rose, mysterious flower, mysterious woman. So, in the end, dreams come true. Get what you want. Like, you know, you're gonna get the outcome that he was looking for. But yeah, at a minimum, the Rose got what they wanted, you know. And then the street card shows up. The street circulation sports exhibit. I mean, the man was literally shot on the street. Firm, wide awake, clean, decisive. Like he's yeah, drinks. Unfinished business. Sing, soul, sing praises, performance. Yeah, this was personal. Like as far as the person who allegedly put Luigi up to it, it was personal. And then yeah, rest, pause, reset, new journey, new beginning. It was personal. It wasn't. Mm-mm. It was personal. Anyway, I'm done. So I'm done with it. So we'll see if I do another reading on something else before I get back to what I'm supposed to be doing, which is working. All right, y'all.